Sitting inside his luxury villa in Bangkok, a man was working on his laptop when he suddenly heard a loud sound of an accident from outside. Completely unaware that his lavish lifestyle was about to come to an end in just a few minutes, he left his laptop open and ran outside. A girl had called the police, and they had been waiting for this day for several years. This was the morning of July 5th, 2017, in Bangkok. And the man we are talking about was no ordinary person. He was a multi-millionaire living a king's life. He had been hiding his identity for years. A small mistake cost him everything: property, money, cars, and even his life. What was that mistake? And how did police from 7 countries find the world's most wanted dark web king Colbin? This is a story from 2010 when the dark web was growing. The dark web is a hidden part of the internet where illegal activities happen, like drugs, weapons, and contract killings. People here want to hide their identity to avoid being caught by the police. Before cryptocurrencies, the dark web wasn't very popular. But then it became easier to make illegal payments. Cryptocurrencies are hard to trace, making illegal trade safer. The need for a good dark website grew. The first dark website, Silk Road, launched in February 2011, quickly gained over 100,000 users. But after 2.5 years, its owner was caught and the site was closed. Due to high demand, many new dark websites appeared, including Silk Road 2 and Evolution. Customers paid with bitcoins, and after purchases, a commission was taken out for the seller. Since all business was black, website operators often took customers' money and vanished, known as exit scams. These operators were hard to trace. In the dark web's early years, scams, platform owners getting caught, and hacking were common. A trusted platform was needed, leading to the launch of AlphaBay in 2014. No one knew who ran it, only that they called themselves Alpha02. Later, other items, like money laundering and drugs, were sold. Some things, like child abuse and stolen Russian bank account details, were not allowed to be traded on AlphaBay. Maybe Alpha02 didn't want to mess with Russian law enforcement agencies, or wanted to show U.S. law enforcement agencies that he was operating from Russia, a place where the U.S. doesn't have much control. In its first year, AlphaBay began to establish itself on the dark web, gaining 200,000 customers and over 40,000 sellers conducting their black business peacefully by 2017. More than 300,000 items were listed on AlphaBay, with sales reaching about $1 million daily. Alpha02, who was unknown to anyone, was earning $100,000 a month from these sales and quickly became the sole king of the dark web. AlphaBay had become the largest marketplace on the dark web, building trust between dealers and customers. Meanwhile, law enforcement agencies worldwide were trying to uncover the true identity of Alpha02. But so far, they had been unsuccessful. American investigators wanted to find AlphaBay's server location to raid the data center and possibly reach Alpha02. Normally, finding a website's server location isn't very difficult, but dark websites can only be accessed through the Tor browser, which hides the actual website location behind random servers worldwide. This is why American investigators found it impossible to reach AlphaBay. As a result, they began acting as normal users, buying drugs in hopes that a dealer would make a mistake, allowing them to reach Alpha02. However, this would only lead to the arrest of drug dealers, while the authorities were looking for the mastermind behind AlphaBay, Alpha02, who was very cautious. He knew all the tricks to survive in this dark world, and hadn't made a single mistake over the years that could give the authorities a hint. But in 2017, authorities finally got a clue to reach Alpha02. Robert Miller, an officer from the drug enforcement agency DEA, was sitting in front of a computer searching for Alpha02 when he suddenly received an email containing information about Alpha02. The email was sent by an unknown individual. You all know that when registering on a website, a welcome email is usually sent. Similarly, this person received a welcome email from AlphaBay when the platform launched in 2014. Using the email address, accounts were created on various social media platforms, including Sky.com, where someone signed up as Alex. The investigation team found Alex photos from 2008 and 2009, likely belonging to Alpha-02, along with a dating profile mentioning his hometown, Trois-Rivières, Canada. He also posted on a French tech forum and under the username Alpha, revealing his real name as Alexandre Kijaz. Authorities now had his real name but needed his location. Alexandre's LinkedIn profile stated he was a software designer. He lived in a villa with his Thai wife and had a $3 million mansion outside Bangkok, where he indulged in luxury. He was also planning to buy a holiday home and villa in Cyprus. Agents tracked his activities, unaware that law enforcement from Thailand, America, and Canada were following him closely. The king of the web was a normal person. He would wake up early and stay at home for most of the day. Meanwhile, authorities began planning to arrest him, but the problem was that if he was arrested just like that, they wouldn't be able to prove in court that he was the owner of AlphaBay. Therefore, the investigation team wanted to catch him red-handed while he was working on his laptop. AlphaBay was undoubtedly the largest marketplace on the dark web, but it had competitors. One notable competitor was a dark website called Hansa, which had been causing trouble for European authorities. At the same time that Americans were planning to arrest AlphaBay owner Alexander, European investigators achieved a significant success. They located Hansa's server. They likely did this with the help of an informant, but did not want to shut down Hansa's servers, as it wouldn't be beneficial. Hansa would simply restart on new servers. Instead, they secretly copied data from the servers and managed to determine that the owner of Hansa Market lived in Germany. European authorities began efforts to locate Hansa Market's owner in collaboration with the German Federal Criminal Police. During this time, the FBI informed European authorities that they were planning to arrest Alpha-02 and shut down AlphaBay. Agencies from a total of 7 countries, including American, European, and German authorities, wanted to give this operation a new color named Operation Bayonet. According to the plan, European authorities asked the FBI not to arrest Alpha-02 until they gained control over Hansa Market in Europe. This was a clever decision by the agencies because, typically, when one dark website shuts down, dealers and customers simply shift to another website. Hansa Market was another major dark website, so when AlphaBay shut down, all the dealers would migrate to Hansa Market, which would already be under European authorities' control, allowing for the capture of thousands of new dealers. Meanwhile, in Bangkok, preparations to arrest Alexandre Kijaz began. The DEA, FBI, and Thai authorities wanted to catch him red-handed when his laptop and mobile were unlocked. To achieve this, on the morning of the operation in 2017, Alexander was caught in his Toyota. After examining the laptop, authorities copied all his passwords and seized his cars, properties, and millions of dollars in cryptocurrency. However, Alexander was destined to die before appearing in court. It was just a week after his arrest that he hanged himself in custody. A small mistake cost the king of the dark web everything, including his life. After shutting down AlphaBay, as expected, all dealers and customers turned to Hansa Market, which was already under European authorities' control. Thousands of new dealers were also arrested, and a week later, Hansa Market was permanently shut down. On the same day, the U.S. Justice Department held a press conference to officially announce the operation and share the news of shutting down 2 major dark web platforms.